Hello and welcome to my craft room. It's Rhoda. Today I'm going to show you the beginnings of my sewing journal. I'm using the kit by Jewel Design. It's called So Vintage or So Shabby Vintage. It's one of those. I have the link down in the description box. Anyhow, I've printed off the pages of her kit, and I've also gotten the words to go with it. It was a separate digital, but I just had to have these words. I even love these buttons, but they'll get mixed into the journal eventually. You'll just see. And here's some of the pages. I know I want that one to be the first page you see when you open the book. I love this. It says domestic. It's not singer. But I guess that's what was in their digital files that they found. But this one is from another kit, but I went through and I kind of scalped out different kits. See, there's some beautiful images. Look at that polka dot, and it's kind of like aged. But it's got all kinds of things that's related to sewing, And then look at that lace. Isn't that pretty? This is from another kit. It's ticking. So, see, the ticking had to do with fabrics or sewing. I think this is also in the ticking. She had a thing of buttons, and those little things are some kind of needles. It's on one of her cards, her journal cards. It says what they are. Now this one I'm going to have as a center of a signature. I just love that. I don't want to cut that up at all. But this is what we got, and look at all the little dress forms. And this was from another one of her kits that I have, but it's perfect because it's that beautiful pink with the lace over top of it. Okay, so I've got other paper pads that I've went through and gotten things from, and we'll see all that eventually when I get the signatures together. I'll probably do a flip through and show you what I'm going to do where, that kind of thing. This video is about the cover. So I want to thank everybody for coming to see it and see how I'm going to assemble it. This is a little different than anything I've done before, so it's something new for us and me. And I hope everybody's doing well and has a good day ahead of them. We've got a nice windy day ahead of us here, so and my husband's out there cutting some wood. And it's just, it's like the March winds. Okay, my ideas for this are, I have a couple digitals or 12 by 12 pages that I've cut down from another paper pad. And I have chosen to take this, it's a 10 by 13 clasp envelope. So you can see it's got the little rusty clasp here. I don't know where I got it or when. Somebody must have gave me pictures or something in it. But it's got one of those enforced holes it folds over like that, and the clasp comes through. My edges or the corners here, I had to reinforce with some washi tape because they had ripped. So that's all right, because that's going to get covered. So my idea here is to have this as the back inside pocket, and I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm going to pull these up and poke that little single hole and put that through. And it's going to be able to close and have a little large pocket in there. Now the front, I'm not sure I'm going to do anything with, because I'm going to have a beautiful image there. Sorry, I had to go let a cat out. Anyway, I went over and I creased it. I creased it at about 6.5. So I guess it's going to be one of those kind of a chunky little books that'll come around, and I'll have to secure it in some way here. But I'll have an image here for the opening, which is very pretty. It's this little dress form here that I think is so cute. And it's got some little pieces of equipment you would use while sewing. And then I'm going to have, before I put any images on, I'm putting these little strips of material. And the reason is I didn't want this yellow showing. I don't want to have to bother inking or whatever, but I thought that light pink with the little flower showing lightened it up, since this has such dark things on it. Well, anyhow, so let's get to it. First things first, I have, and then I've got this these large pieces of construction paper, once I put the material on, I'm putting those on so I'll have sort of a flatter surface to work with. Plus it'll strengthen this. So, and I've got my mat here. This is my contact paper base I used at the very beginning of my videos. But I figure I was going to get a little nasty today because I'm going to use fabric tack. So, it's going to get a little juicy in places. I don't want to get it on my other green mat. Okay, these are the sides. And this is the top and bottom. And I'm trying to debate whether I need to cut this in the middle. I don't think I am. I think it'll bend just fine. So what you need to do, I need to start with this end would probably work best here since it needs to be tapered. And maybe I'll cut it just a little more. That's the only tricky part to this, is this little item right here with the mouth. So we'll cut that, get that out of the way, and see if I've gotten a little closer. I can probably get in there and trim it once I glue it down too. We'll do that and then see what happens once we glue it. I don't think I even need to be that far down. It's actually going to be up this far. Oh, all right. Well, anyway, let's throw some glue on here. Get those out of the way. And I'm going to go this way with it. Oh, I got done with my butterfly journal, and I'm thinking, what do I need to do next? And look over there, and I got all these little clear containers. And this one had a lot of stuff in it, so I said, I think that one needs to be next. So what the deal is I've got all these little clear things that I filled of all the ephemera I had been making the last 2 years. And I came up with themes. So I have about a dozen journals to make from all of that I've got over there. I have a lot. I've been making stuff right and left and hadn't been doing anything with it. Now I'm going to go to this back side and glue this down. I just got done doing one of the Roxy's weekly challenges, and I think I have a video up of that. And I have started with making ephemera for this, or actually a page. It's a page because it was envelopes. It was one envelope in this So Vintage kit, and I took it and made a page with it. You know, sometimes you just don't know what to do with an envelope. I mean, you can always put it on a page or tuck it in a pocket or something like that. But I kind of made mine a little more useful, and it was from something I had seen another crafter do. And I thought that was very interesting. And whatever she did stemmed my brain into doing its own thing. Its own thing. It does that a lot. We just went yesterday to a combined birthday party for my husband, whose birthday was the 12th, and his dad's, whose is February 1st. It was up at his sister's house in Rockbridge. So we went up there and had us a nice meal with everybody. And I got a big fringy thing on there. I don't want that. And I made my Texas sheet cake. I got a recipe from Betty Crocker, I think it was, but oh boy, that thing's good. It's good and rich too. It's like a soppy cake. It's got a glaze. It doesn't have a frosting as such. It's got a glaze on it that soaks into the cake, and everybody liked it. So I have to put it on my Facebook page. I've got a regular Facebook where all my family and stuff's on it, and I have family recipes on there, or whatever we've used at an event, a holiday, you know, any of the family dishes that are always making a showing at these events, and it's just fun. My little niece, she said, every time I need one of the recipes, I know to go there. And I usually try to take a photo of the dish, what it looks like before. You know, I've posted it. It's fun. It's different. I like to try to help them out. Keep the family recipes going. Let's throw those little scraps back here. Now we're going to do our ends. I'm hoping this is going to turn out for me. It's kind of a different idea. I wanted to use fabric on the cover for some reason or some way, but I had never decided exactly what I wanted to do. One of my friends had done a video, and I really want to try this. It's called an open spine, and I had never seen that before. And her channel is Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy, Tommi. And it was really cool. She even used skeleton images and stuff, material to put on there. And I said, I love your play on that, where it's an open spine and you got a skeleton with an open spine. She goes, oh, I didn't even think of that. I said, it's perfect. It's perfect. Oh, she likes the gothy stuff, but this wasn't goth. It was just kind of fun. Something you could put together and give to a guy. A little boy is going to love anything to do with skeletons, you know. That would be perfect. But let's see. We have our material almost on here, and then we can get to the other part. Now this part here, I'm probably only going to put the material. Oh, where am I going to put it? No, I guess I can put it on that crease. It's going to bend for me. Okay, let's just go ahead. Okay, come on. Put it like right across here. And I can always put material right over, I mean not material, but paper right over top of this. Just to the edge where I can see a hint of the pretty little fabric. Plus it's going to strengthen. You know how these envelopes, you know, these, especially the creases, they're going to give over time. And you want your little journal to have a little bit of a life to last you or your recipient for it. All right. Now, oh, it's nice and gooey, but it'll dry in a second. All right, let me get the cap on this, and we're going to trim a little bit here. I need to put a little bit more under there, because this is going to be the support for my construction paper, and I want it to have enough grip to keep everything down. All right, let's get in here and do some trimming. Don't have much to do. I wouldn't mind if the little fringes started happening again. I thought those were kind of interesting. Let me get around here this way. I don't think I got in there. There we go. Oop. I don't need to be cutting that back open. No, I didn't do it. To where I used the washi to keep it together. Oh. Alright. I'm going to get in here with this. Let's see if we can just trim that out just a tad. Whew. Let me know if anybody else has done any kind of covers in this fashion. I know a lot of people use envelopes. And especially the Amazon. I've always heard people using the Amazon envelopes, and I had a couple of those over there. I just decided that this one might work the best for me. Okay, I think all that's good and glued. I need to re-glue that a little bit. That whole end I didn't even put anything on, it looks like. All right. Give it enough juice, and then we're going on to the the black construction paper. Now, I've been trying to shop my stash, so I had that from, I don't even know, somebody gave it to me, but I've had that large black construction paper, and you'll see me at times put it down and use it as my, you know, my mat, so something will stick out better and you'll see it better. But that's what I've been using this set for, so it's not like I'm going to be wasting something that needs to be used. You can see scratches and smears of glue and all that kind of stuff on it. So this is what we're going to do here. We're going to go in just a tad till you can see your lip. And I want to cut it. I don't think I need to. I might be able to leave it one piece. Let's just do it. Let's leave it one piece and have at it. I just don't know what's going to happen down here at this end. I'll have to get up under there and trim it. Where is my end? Right here. So we're going to go to there and go to here. Can you see it? All right, I'm going to pop off here and cut this real quick. Okay, I'm stopping in to show you. I've got the first black one on the outside. And you have to go in here and actually go in again and put you a little bit of more of the fabric tack and then push it down and really make it adhere to the fabric. But that was the only thing that I saw. I did put a lot of fabric tack on it. I just didn't want it to seep out everywhere when I mashed it down. So I went in there and fixed the few little edges that were poking up or bowing. Like that one little guy right there. I don't know if you can see him. I don't think he's big enough because I've actually went in there before. And you can pinch them and keep working them to get your pieces down, because this is what's going to be the base of your book. Now, this one here, I wanted to show you, because of this odd little piece here that's not straight, I've put the piece that'll cover here inside of it, and you can see it. I've got it poking out. I've got it to where it's going to be a little bit, an eighth or something on either side, and then I'm going to draw a line, and that's going to be where I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to go by this when I put it down, and I won't have to get in there and fight that little curve. So let me go ahead and cut this and get this glued on. It's going to go on just like this, just like the front. Now, the one thing I am going to do, I'm going to find where that hole is, and I'm going to punch a hole right there where those two are going to come through, because I'm going to pull them up just like this. Just like that. And I'm going to have them come through that hole, and then they'll come over top of everything else. Okay, so let me get to that. Okay, it's a little crooked, but I can live with it. And you know, the thing is, I believe my problem on the other side was I went and I glued the edges first, then I went and did the inside. So I did the opposite here, and it has worked out so much better. So remember to, because your fabric tack it's a quick drying glue. It's going to glue quick, but it gives you a little bit of, work time. So that really did do the trick. So next time, do all your scribbling through the middle with your glue, and then give you a nice heavy coat right up to the edge. And then I went around the hole a couple times really good too, just to make sure that stayed down. So that did the trick. And I had to cut that little edge out, and I was able to get in there with one of these crocodile, and I was able to punch my hole out for that with the big hole punch. And now we're going to take some of that excess black and actually strengthen this flap, because this flap is kind of flappy. So let me grab some of my cast offs. Okay, I've got a little strip, and it's just a little one. See, it's not very big. That was a cast off from one of my 12x12s, and I've slipped it in here, And I think what I'm going to try to do is just roll me a little bit of glue up underneath of it while it's in there, where I've got it right on the crease. I don't want it to be anywhere else. I just want it to be on that crease, and it won't be hindered by anything sliding in and out unless you put something very small. I'm afraid if I try to glue the whole thing and then go in there, it's going to mess it up. And it's going to fight me going in. All right. Whoops, I'm on the wrong side of it there. Okay. Let's see. Is that going to work? I think it will. I think I've got a little wrinkle there, but oh well. I mashed it. It went down. All right, and then get in here. And I got this great little bone folder that has that flat side on it. And I've been using that like crazy on this project. There we go. And we're done with that. Then I've got these 2-trip. Now, did I tell you, if you're interested, these big black pieces I use are 12 by 18. And I think you can still get them in like stationery or wherever in the Walmart. I think you can get those big packs, and I'm pretty sure I saw them, yeah, probably in the Crayola section. Or Rose Art. It's got to be something for kids there. Big old piece of construction paper. They come in handy for a lot of things, especially if you want to do bases. And like me, I'm wanting to kind of frame. It was for strength and framing my pretty little picture I'm putting down. And you can see here I'm going. And of course I did it the wrong way again, where I did the outside edge first. So let's just make sure all of our edges up to the edge are done. I've got that sealant on there from the envelope. I don't think it was ever used, but I think I want to put my lips on that crappy, nasty tasting stuff. Who else hates the taste of that envelope sticky? They need to put peppermint or banana or something on there. Something that tastes better. All right. I'm going to go right up to the edge there, as close as I can. Let's push that down. And of course, I'm going to come back over this with something else. So it's not going to be totally just black. I'll have the same thing here. I've got more cast-offs over there of my pages as I was cutting them down to size. So we are good. See, I'm squirting that stuff out everywhere. And now all I got to do is go in here and cut around, and then I'm going to do the other side here, and I'll be ready. Oh, I'm also going to punch before I go to do the next side here, so I know where the hole's at. Okay, now we have our totally covered book. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to just run around this edge with some alcohol marker, because that little bit of tan, whatever this color is, is showing. And it's just going to add another little element of, you know, cleanliness to this. I've also got the little hole that I punched out. Make sure I got that from all angles. Yes, I did. Okay, we're good. Now, our thing is almost done. All we got to do now is cover it with our pretties. And this is the inside. And the two pieces I wanted for inside was this one. And I think this one is the other end of it. And, of course, again, we're going to have to punch a hole there. And we're going to have to shape this in. So, of course, it's going to have to go in here again and get shaped. And I have to cut these down just a little bit. My plan was to have this like that, kind of framed just a little bit. So you'll see your pretty little material. Then you'll see a bit of your frame. And then That's all we're going to do. So let me get those shaped up and cut, and then we're going to glue them down real quick. Okay, I went ahead and glued this side, and as you can see, it went down really well. I just used my regular Fairly Arts glue because it's paper on paper here. And this little beauty came in so handy to just rub it flat and get the excess glue to come out the edges, and I wipe that off with my little stinky rag. And over here I got the whole, I had to put the two pieces together basically like that to cut my hole. I don't have a hole punch that's that size, and I'm a little off on this one, but I'm okay. And I had to do the same here. So that's the easiest way to make these holes, because you don't have anything that's going to reach in there unless you got one of those long crocodile kind of things. Or big bites, I think they're called. But anyhow, so this is all I did. I went in there and I kind of cut around, and I kept working at it, and then I'd pull it open. But anyhow, I got there. I got there. So this is the side we probably want to do next, so I can get that closed to do the base here. And I thought this was a cute little piece. It was one of the cast-offs from one of the other sheets that is going in the actual journal. And it had a little corset on it, and I thought, oh, that's so cute. And these are the same pages from the same book, so the tones are all the same. So you want to be aware of that. You might have something you want to use, like I've got like a button page that's so cute, but it's white and black, so I might have to age it a little bit with some spray or with some ink, vintage photo, something like that, something just to get my color toned down a bit. So this is going to be a little interesting with my hump sticking up there. But as long as I get it near that hole, I'm good. And then I'll tell you what, I don't think you can see me, but I'm putting it on the edge of my table, and that's going to do the trick, because that gets me away from that metal piece that's sticking up and being in my way. All right, I can come back in there. I've got it's for a seed bead or something that you can get the inside of it out. It's like a little round file, and that's what I kind of used on here before. So I'm probably going to use that on that one little piece that's sticking over there. So that'll do it for me. Now we're going to do it shut for now, and I'm going to do my cover. And my cover is this. And the reason I had to cut these apart is because this image was on this side, and I wanted the image to be on my front, which I have to cut these down as well. So give me a minute for that. Okay, so it's going to look just like this. I haven't glued them down yet, but I will off screen. I just wanted to kind of show you what my idea here is. I got a few other things that I'm planning on doing to the cover. I'm still working them out, but since I'm going to be working in the signatures, I'll do all that at the last. But I would like to really appreciate all of my subscribers, my new ones that's come and joined me recently, my old faithful ones that's always posting and commenting and liking and all that. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you keep up with me. I'm sorry. Keep up with me on this sewing journal and see what I do for the inside. I'll have a few more videos on that. And as a reminder, I still have a digital that I've just put on my Rhoda's Junk page. If you'd like to go over there, it's a recipe digital, if you want to call it that. It's actually just a piece of paper, and I'm going to put it on there, and you can copy it off and use it in some of your recipe journals, or just like something old, because I've aged it and everything. But I thought that'd be something different for you guys. I don't think I've seen those out in Etsy land. So anyhow, thank you. Good wishes, good luck, good health to everybody, and I'll see you again.